Hey guys, Xaryu here, and today I'm gonna do something I don't normally do. Alright, I'm gonna go to the last video I uploaded, the Shadowlands rant, and read the comments. Alright, I don't normally do this because it's whatever, right? But this video, oh man, these comments are golden. So we have to just bear with me, guys. Let's look at this. Alright. So I actually did pin a comment saying these are my initial thoughts on Shadowlands. So a lot of comments saying like, hey Zar, how are you judging Shadowlands if it's not even out yet? Guys, I'm judging Shadowlands on it not being out yet. They're my initial thoughts, all right? I didn't know I had to say that, but yes, these are my initial thoughts. The expansion is not out yet. This is my guess on my initial feeling, which could be wrong. This is how I'm feeling currently. So let's just say that, all right? All right, let's start reading these. I think it'll always feel this way. At the end of an expansion, it's no surprise it feels better. More stats, more systems, more gear. Tuning will come for Shadowlands and the process cycles over, just like I did for Legion to BFA. So I agree with this. Yeah, first comment, I agree with. The only thing I would add is I hope the systems and gearing and stuff is as fun as we currently have it. Reaping is fun to play. Claw is fun to play. We haven't had a system that did as much burst as Reaping pretty much ever. And we haven't had a trinket as fun to press as Claw since Mop, which was one of the on-use trinkets. I can't remember the exact name, but an on-use trinket from Mop. So I'm just saying, I hope the systems and gear are as fun as they are in BFA or that we had in like Mop or Wrath of the Lich King. So yeah, I don't disagree with this at all. I'm just saying I hope that it's good in Shadowlands, and from so far when I've been logging in, the systems aren't as fun, right? Once again, those are my initial thoughts. All right, but Reaping trinkets shouldn't make or break a class. Borrowed power is ass, and Blizzard should do something about that instead of giving us new dumb shit like essences or Azerite traits. Just give us spells. So I agree, right? I also agree with this. The main thing that I would also like to add to this, and I actually did spend about an hour replying to your guys' comments too on this video, but the main thing I would like to say is I do agree I'd rather have them as class abilities back into the game. But I would also like to add that I would rather have them as borrowed power than not having them at all. Does that make sense? I'll say that again. I would rather have mage abilities be strong and one-shot people than have borrowed power abilities be strong and one-shot people. But I would rather have borrowed power abilities one-shot people than to not have them at all. And it seems as if we're losing our borrowed power abilities, getting new abilities that aren't quite as fun, making the game a little bit more boring. So I hope that one makes sense as well. I mean, class design was just more fun for almost all classes at all points during the expansion. Yeah, so let me just add on this just a little bit. To me, what makes an expansion fun is when every class feels so OP. All right, every class feels so OP that no classes feel OP. Meaning, like in Mop, Enhanced Shamans were one-shotting, LE Shamans won BlizzCon, Mages were one-shotting, you know, Rogues were killing people in smoke bombs. It was crazy. Everything was out of control, and that is what made it fun, right? Every class feeling OP is what made the game fun. Every class doesn't actually have to be OP. What won BlizzCon and Mop was Warlock, Resto Druid, LE Shaman. But Warriors were broken, Rogues were broken, Mages were broken. Those didn't win BlizzCon though. LSD did, right? Lock Shaman Druid. So the best thing in the meta was LSD, but every class felt fun. Meaning if a class feels fun, that's all we need. We need a class to feel fun. And for a class to feel fun, we need abilities that are powerful. And yeah, that's the whole basis of the video. I'm glad you're having fun after a ton of grinding to get your rank 3 essences and corruptions fully. Anyone that doesn't have that can't compete with someone that does, and they're not having fun at all. Okay, so this is where we're gonna get a lot of people crying some tears. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Zach Thompson bringing up a great question here. Man, I need to do these style of videos more often. This is fun. Oh man, all right. I'm glad you're having fun after a ton of grinding to get to rank 3 and corruptions fully. Guys, World of Warcraft is an MMO. If you want to log in and be just as powerful as everyone else, don't play an MMO. Play a shooter. Play a MOBA. play any other type of game. You will not like MMOs if you want to log in and you want to compete with people that have been playing for months. Having said that, let me nod and just say that right now it takes like 8 to 12 weeks to fully gear, depending on RNG. That's a little too long, and I agree. I think ideally, I don't know the exact number, maybe 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks to fully gear would be fine. Having said that, if you want to log in and compete with someone within a day or two, or even a week, bro, you're on the wrong genre. Get off the MMO. That's not for you then. That's okay. Just don't play an MMO if you want to log in and compete with people that have been playing the MMO. That's not how that works, right? If you want to log in and compete, there's different styles, different genres of games for you. This is not it, all right? Whew, man, that might make some people salty, but man, we're spitting the facts today, dropping the bombs. PvP gear for PvP. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. +1 on that one. I will add something to this comment. I would personally prefer PvP gear to be the best for PvP. At the same time, the thing that matters most to me is being able to have a fun game with burst. Meaning if I have to run mythics for 5 weeks, it's not the end of the world for me personally. Would I rather have vendors? Yes. Do I think vendors make a good game? No. Here's an example. In Warlords of Draenor, we had vendors. Warlords of Draenor was an awful expansion from my perspective because we had no burst. Meaning, if you had no burst but you had vendors, the game is bad in my opinion. Vendors don't make a good game. Vendors make a PvP gearing easier for PvP. Do I think they should be in the game? Yes. Do I think it makes a good game? No. I think pacing and having good burst options and having different class utility and having each class feeling strong in their own way makes a good game. PvP gear for PvP doesn't make a good game, although I would like it in the game. It doesn't actually matter at all for how the game feels and plays. Right? But I do agree. I would want that. It's just a non-factor for how the game actually plays in the arena. All right, next. Mop was the last time I felt I could outperform someone with my abilities and not RNG. Kind of, yeah, maybe. I mean, Mop and Wrath were my favorites, so I feel this. I do feel like there's an instance where right now you can still outplay people. It's just in different ways, and some of those ways are frustrating a lot of the times. But yes, so yes and no on this one, yeah. It's fun when you see overall damage. It's 30% from Gush, 20% main essence, 10% shrink, it's 5% minor, 5% random, blah. Yeah, I agree. Once again, it's very similar to a comment that we already read up here. All right, same answer is I agree. I would rather have them all in class abilities instead of gushing and essences. I agree. Don't disagree. Just to add though, I do think that I would rather have the damage in essences than to not have it at all. Okay, so first, I would rather have it in class abilities. Second, I'd rather have it in essences than not have it at all. Third, it would be the worst if we just didn't have it at all. Right? Zara's on point the full video. Someone got it. Someone got it. Someone got it. There it is. Great video, Zara. This had to be told out loud. Blizzard should know by now that a decent gameplay makes at least 80% of the players not to leave and enjoy the game. So this guy gets it. Keep shouting this out so Blizzard can listen to the community. Yep. So some people did get the video. I think a lot of people maybe. I agree with the recipe for success, but even if all of these things were in the game and we saw PvP scaling, I agree they should remove scaling. I completely agree. Scaling, you forgot something important. They should remove scaling. I agree. Yep, remove scaling. I feel like the things you enjoy are the same things that ruin the game for a lot of people. Woo! We got Runic 12 here today, friends. We have Runic 12. If you think getting one shot ruins the game, oh man, I don't know how to say this without, I don't want to be a dick. How do I say this? That's what everyone enjoys. Everyone wants to one-shot someone else. But when you're the one getting one shot, when the noob is getting one shot, they need a scapegoat. Because if I died in one hit, it's not my fault, right? The game sucks. People need scapegoats. Every time they die in the game, it's not because they suck, right? No, it's because they need the game sucks. I got one shot because mages are OP. I got one shot because rogues are OP. I got one shot because shamans are OP. I got one shot because hunters are OP. It's never, I got one shot because I didn't pop any defensive cooldowns. All right. Everyone likes one-shotting. The best expansions by most accounts are Mop and Wrath. In Mop and Wrath, there was more one-shots than now. The things I enjoy are one-shots. The thing that everyone enjoys are one-shots. If you dislike one-shots, you're confused. You dislike getting one-shotted by not using your defensive cooldowns. So Runic, in the nicest way possible, my man, use your defensive cooldowns if you don't want to get one-shot. That's not ruining the game. That's helping the game, my friend. Hope that wasn't too harsh on him. Xaryu, I'm curious how you view Shadowlands healing. This is just a question. I think healers should have a little bit of damage. Damage should have a little bit of healing. Damage dealers should have a little bit of healing, but too much crossover is probably a bad thing. People hate on BFA because the GCD changes. Yep, I agree. Everything that was off GCD pre-BFA should also still be off GCD. I don't like the BFA GCD changes at all. A lot of the damage you were talking about from an ending expansion, most of BFA didn't have either of those. So I think what he's saying is we didn't have a Reaping till later in the expansion, or Claw. But earlier in the expansion, we had the Underrot Trinket and Concentrated Flame, which was very similar. So it still was like this most of the expansion, or at least it felt pretty good most of the expansion. Should every class have the ability to 100-0 someone with CD? So this was actually a really good question from Wow Don't You. That's a nice name there, friend. This guy said it in a nice way, right? So it's a legitimate question. Should every class be able to 100-0? Like in the video, I talked about being able to burst. The answer is no. And I immediately hear people crying, well, you just want your class to one-shot, but no one else should be able to one-shot. Every class should have things that they're good at and things that they're bad at. Mages should have strong burst with little consistent pressure. Meaning, if you save all your damage, you do a bunch of damage, and then you have nothing. You save all your damage, you do a bunch of damage, then you have nothing. That's how a mage has been played for many, many, many years, and that's how mages operate. That's fine. So mages should be able to 100-0 because they have the weakness of they have no consistent pressure. Warriors, on the other hand, are assassination rogues or affliction warlocks. Okay, so affliction warlocks, they have spread pressure. They shouldn't be able to 100-0 someone. They have spread pressure. Shadow Priest, great utility, right? Warriors, great consistent pressure, right? Monks or demoners, great mobility, some utility. Not every class should be able to 100-0 something, but every class should have something that makes them feel strong and unique in their own ways, right? So mages should be able to 100-0. Maybe sub-rogues should be able to 100-0. Maybe Windwalker monks. You know, there's certain classes that are burst classes. The burst classes should be able to, but not every class. And this also brings me to another good point. Wow, this is a good video right now. This brings me to another point, guys. I don't want mages to necessarily be OP. I want mages to be fun and to have burst. People think that they're the same thing. Oh no, Xaryu's crying because mages got nerfed. No, you missed the point. That is not true. That is not what's happening. I want mages to have burst even if that means they are weak. I'll say that one again. I want mages to have burst even if it means they're weak. The opposite is also true. If mages are really strong, the best in the game, but they have no burst, I will not play. In WoD, Warlords of Draenor, mages they were the best in the game. They were insane. Mage Moonkin and Mage Rogue were some of the two best comps in the game. I quit the game in WoD because there was no burst. I do not care if mages are good or mages are bad. I want mages to be fun. And there's a difference, and people don't understand that difference. Keyboard warriors, mainly. All right. Your BFA mage is dependent on 2 non-mage abilities. So, yeah, I think we've already answered that one a few times. I agree. I'd rather have them as mage abilities, but if I would rather have them as borrowed power than not having them at all. So, yep. BFA mage is more fun. Fire mage is the most broken OP class. So this guy is the guy we were just talking about of... doesn't quite understand Jack Thomas. If you're watching this, man, I hope you get it now, buddy. Had to pause the videos laughing at Xaryu dueling the rogues. So rogues are actually just bugged in the betas. That's fine. My personal opinion, if a class needs to rely on a biddy, so I agree. We covered this question a few times. That Reaping Flames, yeah, we've covered this one a few times. I agree. Also, you didn't lose those abilities. They were borrowed in the first place. You didn't start BFA. They never belonged to mages. Yeah, that's a good point, I guess. Yeah, decent point. I guess I liked the abilities that were borrowed. You know, if I borrow a game from my friend and I liked the game, it's not mine, but man, I had fun playing it. So yeah, I guess I can't disagree here. I liked Reaping. I guess it was never mine. It's like, bro, you don't have ownership over Reaping. That was never yours. So I'm like, dude, all right, I liked it while it was mine. I don't know, while I used it, I guess. Fire Mage was too strong anyway. They need to start making classes good at throwing abilities, not requiring things like, yeah, so kind of agree. So basically, end of BFA should feel worse than a new expansion launch for Fire Mage. You know, it might take a while to get there, right? And I think we've covered a lot of stuff like that. It might take a while to get there. I'm fine with that. Yeah, I think we've covered that one. Mage doesn't look bad. It just doesn't look as fun as it is now. Yeah, I just feel like overall, it looks a little better now. Once again, these are my initial thoughts. Everything could still change. My clear head has me not playing WoW. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see, Michael Smith. We'll see, Michael Smith. Man, I like these videos. I can see each person, call them out by name, talk to you guys. Man, that's cool. I have farmed for 5 weeks now, the dress and bike trinket, and didn't get it. Rip, dude, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Frank, when players really believe this, then tournaments would be done with live characters. Tournaments are gatekept by 2,500 rating. There's so many amazing players that don't have your level of gear under 25. A Retro Druid stuck at 22 with 450 and only 50% mastery is most likely better than 23. Oh, no. Oh, Cody. Oh, no. Cody is one of them, guys. Cody, brother, if you're stuck at 2200, or let's not call out you. If a Resto Druid is stuck at 2200, they're stuck at 2200 for a reason, brother. It's not their gear. If they have bad gear, they're only gonna have bad gear for about 6 weeks, maybe 8 weeks, and then they'll have better gear. Once they have better gear, they'll go up in rating if it was really the gear holding them back. Now, once they have better gear, if they're still 22, look inward. I need to get better. I need to play better. I died because I didn't pop defensives. I messed up. All right, am the reason I lost that game, not the game. All right, that's one of the #1 things I tell people in coaching, all right, which I don't offer coaching anymore. I don't want to get flooded with DMs. I don't offer coaching anymore, but one of the #1 things I said in coaching is blame yourself. All right, that's where growth comes from. Blame yourself. I messed up. I could do better. Don't blame your teammates. Don't blame the game. Don't blame this. Don't blame that. I could have played better. That's why we lost. Once you blame your own mistakes, boom, improvement. But yeah, no, this doesn't really ever occur. If it does occur, it's very short-lived, right? So if someone's stuck at a certain rating because they're bad gear, give them 6 weeks, they'll get better gear, then they'll go up in rating. If someone's stuck at 2200 a whole season, it's not because of gear, buddy. It's not how that works. Basically, let mages be mages. Yes, big agree. Yes, 100% agree. Yes. Oh no, mages are losing essences and trinkets, so it's everyone else. There'll be new trinkets. Yeah, I'm just hoping the new trinkets and new essences are just as fun as what we currently have, I suppose. Yep. Shadowlands not even out yet. Yep, these are my initial thoughts. Sounds like mages OP on live. So that's incorrect. We already covered that one though, so I won't do that again. I'm sorry, but you sound like I want Big Burst to be able to kill anyone on low cooldown without their defensive cooldowns and being able to 1v2 with easy. Burst not being able to kill in 5 seconds is just a big amount of damage. It would be okay if Burst would be on a long CD. It would be okay if Burst would be on a low CD, but with lower damage. But both, really? I understand that you're a good player and can say things like, if you don't like me, then you don't know how the game should work, but come on, it sounds wrong. I hope this person just didn't watch the full video and they only watched a snippet. But what I said was, if I have every offensive cooldown, meaning I have Combustion and Claw, 2-minute cooldowns, and someone else has no defensive cooldowns, that I should be able to kill them in 5 seconds or less. Meaning, if someone is standing there AFK and doesn't pop a single button, and I pop Combustion, Claw, Reaping, Meteor, Fire Blast, Pyros, I should be able to kill them in under 5 seconds. I hope no one disagrees with that. If you do disagree with that, then I'm sorry, because I would not want to live in a world of Warcraft where it took more than 5 seconds to kill an AFK player and I popped everything. I hope that if I pop everything and someone doesn't have a single defensive, aka being AFK, they die in under 5 seconds. I hope that's the case. I don't think anyone wants to live in a world where this guy's making the calls there, man. Yeah. So playing with the broken class in BFA is fun because you can actually one-shot players sometimes, but when the game gets balanced, you're complaining. So that's just incorrect. We've covered this a lot of times. MIRS_#. But yeah, just once again, I don't care if it's good or bad. I want one-shots because it's fun. The game is fun when people can feel powerful and do things that their class are designed to do. Like mages are designed to one-shot. If mages can one-shot, it doesn't necessarily mean they're good. We're not complaining. We want the game to be fun. I hope that's a quick summation. I'm glad I'm not the only one who loved Mop. Dude, Mop was great. How do you feel about losing Lucid Miner? It sucks, but I didn't mention that in the video, but yeah, kind of sucks, but hopefully we get something that replaces it that's even more fun. All right. I love your videos. However, being a caster and taking someone from 100% to 50 with non-instant cast and 2 to 3 GCDs is exactly what's wrong with PvP. This is my opinion. We'll probably get raged at. Still love your videos. So Scottish pleb, since you like the videos, you're probably watching, and I think I replied to you a couple times. But basically, if you couldn't kill someone that quickly that has no defensive cooldowns, I think that's a game that no one would like to play. Meaning, okay, before I say that, in Mop and Wrath, we could kill someone that quick, and most people like Mop and Wrath, so it should be that way, right? But meaning, dude, if I pop my one-shots, right? If I pop Ice Lance with every single modifier up, I should be able to one-shot someone, right? In 5 seconds or less. If they have no defensives left, no wall, no trinket, no anything, then I should be able to kill them in 5 seconds or less. Now, if you think that you should live with no defensives left, no wall, no trinket, no block, no nothing, no temp, no nothing, you're out of defensives and someone pops everything and you think you should live with 5 seconds, then all I have to say is I disagree with that. And I don't think many people would agree with that. But hey, if that's the game you want to play, then that doesn't sound very fun to me, man. I don't know, dude. Oh man. Okay, so we're just scrolling down here. You're conflating loss of power, borrowed time with the inherent class design. So yeah, I already talked about this a couple times, and I agree. Reaping and Claw are not mage ability. So a lot of people basically said this, right? And I agree with this critique for sure. I definitely agree with this critique. Trust me, mate, mages will be fine. I do agree that mages will be fine, for sure, because mages are always pretty good because they have polymorph. I don't want mages to be fine or good. I want them to be fun, and we already distinguished that difference. So I watched 2 minutes and you're crying that fire mage isn't broken. That's incorrect, and we covered that a few times. Genuinely hope no one from maybe we'll end the video on this one. Genuinely hope no one from Blizzard sees this. You are literally a disgrace to all the people that put in countless hours on the feedback post with legitimate feedback. The first 9 minutes of your video disgusts me. Leave the feedback to the people that care, please and thank you. Wow, what a now this is a comment. Avogel. So the reason I want to create content like this, Avogel, is to put out the truth onto the internet. Meaning all of these people with countless hours with feedback on legitimate feedback, countless hours with feedback posts, they don't understand why they don't like the game. All right, if you're just getting started in the game, most people don't understand why they don't like the game. If I asked, a random, low-rated player why they dislike the game, you know what they would say? Because they want PvP vendors. That's what they would say. When in fact, what do they want? They want to be able to feel powerful in the game and use their unique class abilities to do something that feels powerful. One shot. high utility, high mobility, high consistent pressure, high spread pressure. They want to feel unique in their own way, the way their class is designed to feel. That's what people want. People don't know that, though. People don't know what they want. And these countless feedback posts, all right, are people that are real confused. Now, this video breaking down what actually matters for PvP, right? What makes a good game? What makes people excited and want to play? What made Mop so good and Wrath so good, all right, is that each class felt powerful in its own way. That you could one-shot within a few seconds if people had no defensives, all right? That you could heal, you know, a lot if you popped all of your offensive healing cooldowns, or I guess defensives, right? That you could spread pressure with an Affliction Warlock and rot the whole enemy team if you used your defensives correctly, right? And watch all of them die simultaneously, all right? Death Knights, you know, not having much mobility, not really being able to move, but man, when you grip someone in, you would truck them, right? Each class feels good in their own way, right? Avochel, my man. My man, all I can say is, dude, I hope, oh man. Yeah, I guess we'll end that there. We'll end that there. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you hated the video. That's okay too. Talk to me down below in the comments about thoughts. We can continue this discussion. It is all good. You can agree with me and you can disagree with me, all right? You don't have to feel like, oh man, it's sorry, I have to agree with him. If you disagree, feel free, all right? Feel free to disagree. If you guys liked the video, please subscribe to the channel. We're at almost 99K subscribers. Actually, when this video goes live, we might be at 99K, which means we're 1K away from 100K. So make my day and hit that subscribe button, okay? I don't know. But yeah, I'm rambling. Those are my thoughts on your guys' thoughts. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram too. Instagram's linked down below. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.